Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends. And today, I'm gonna be testing out in multiplayer the car that you see on the screen right now, which is of course the Lamborghini Autentica. And there's a star hunt going on for this car right now, and you might be thinking, hey DBT, is this car worth it? Should I get the Legend Pass in order to get the key for this thing? Is it even good? Well, let's try to find out. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because doing these things help the channel to continue to grow, and in that way I can continue making this content for you. So go ahead, like and subscribe for some more Asphalt Legends right here. Now, no, the car is not worth it. I had to say it, alright? I have to start with it. I gotta be honest with you. As I explained in the, a video that I did on the Fortzilla event and whatnot, I did mention in that video that you can actually acquire the key for this car in the Legend Pass. Obviously, if you own it, if you purchase it, and you get the car right away, you get the key and whatnot. There is a star hunt going on for the car at the moment, in which you should be able to get a decent amount of blueprints, though probably not enough to get it to more than one or a couple of stars at most. But then there's also the packs on the shop, which I just realized I can't show you because I already have the car maxed out, but still, you can get the packs and they cost very similar to this for the Asphalt Berlinetta. These are gonna be 5 packs for 350 tokens, which is relatively cheap and is gonna guarantee 3 blueprints for the car. So it's considerably cheap in tokens in order to start up the car. But the real question, is it worth it? Like I just said, probably not. Now, right now there's a free try in MP2, but we're actually going to be testing it in both multiplayer series, but we're going to start with MP2. Now, let's have a look at the stats of this car, because that gives us a bit of an idea of why this car is not all that interesting. We have that it's a Class S car of a maximum rank of 3894, which puts it in the bottom tier of Class S. Having a look at the stats, it kinda confirms it. Top speed of 366.9, that is low, very low for a Class S. Acceleration of 78.86, it's low in general. Handling of 47.25, it's low. And nitro of 68.87, it's good. That is the only redeeming quality of this car. But once again, having a look at the rank itself, it gives us kind of an idea that this was never meant to be a fantastic car, but still, let's play with it in multiplayer and we can talk more about its actual performance. Now, obviously, because, well, there's a free try for it right now, there's gonna be a lot of people driving it. You can see a bunch of Autenticas in the race. But yeah, like I said, this is not really a car that you wanna go for other than for collection. And look, I am a Lambo fanboy and whatnot. I love the Lambos. I think this car looks pretty cool and whatnot. But when it comes to performance, this car just ain't it. I mean, sure, you can push it and maybe an MP1. And once again, we're going to be doing some MP1 later in this video. This is one of those rare occasions. Actually, I think it's the very first time that I'm going to be testing the car in both MP series in one single video. But it's because I wanted to show you the difference of performance of where it's going to be fighting. Because over here in MP2, of course, the matchmaking happens with the car rank. Rank of what? 3800 and whatnot. So we're going to be encountering a lot of variety of cars. Cars all the way from Class D, like the... No, excuse me, not Class D, Class C. From the top of Class C, all the way in Class B, Class A, and also some low Class S. So there's a wide range of cars that you will normally find in these ranks, but that is not to say that this car, because of it, is gonna be performing great. It won't. The main problem of this car is gonna be everything. No, really, the drift. I mean, everything leaves a little bit to be desired, but the drift is really gonna hurt. For now, I got defeated by a bunch of things. Oh, actually, one Authentica got the first place. That's kind of nice. There's a Vanda 918, Superleggera. There's 2 Autenticas Carrera and another Authentica. Jeez. Ooh, interesting, San Diego. Let's see how we do over here. But yeah, the drift on this car, Jesus Christ, it leaves a lot to be desired. Now, to be fair, if you compare the drift of this thing versus another very low Class S Lambo, the Centenario, this is still better than that, but not by much. I mean, it's a little bit sharper, but still, you're gonna lose a tremendous amount of speed anytime that you do a drift, and that is what's gonna be hurting this car. Because otherwise, if we think about it, let's forget that it's a Class S car. We could even pretend that this is a Class A car and it would be a mid-Class A car, and that would not be absolutely terrible. But once again, when you take into account the fact that it's going to be losing so much speed around the corners, oh boy. But yeah, I think that's the best way to visualize this car. Forget that it's Class S, let's pretend that it's Class A, or even some considerably powerful Class B car, and you would be like, oh, maybe this is not that bad. And once you consider the rank that it is at, it sort of makes sense. That's when you start realizing, like, yeah, okay, Sure, if we compare it against a Class B car that goes about this speed and whatnot, yeah, maybe. So I think that is the best way to keep yourself... Oh God, come on. To keep yourself sane and they're gonna... Hey, I gotta celebrate the probably only first place that I'm gonna get in this video, so why not? But yeah, that is the way to keep yourself sane. If you spent a bunch of tokens in this car and it's like, man, I shouldn't have done that. Well, you can kind of see it that way. Defeating a ZR1, a Chiron Purse, but not upgraded. Of course, Autentica, then Drobium, and 3 more Autenticas. Nice. But hey, since we were talking about the comparisons between this and the Centenario, let's just have a quick look. And yeah, you can see a little bit of the difference. The Authentica, it's a tiny bit faster by about 3 kilometers. Acceleration, it's a little bit slower by what, a point and a half approximately. Handling, it's basically the same. And the Nitro, it's also very similar. So you can see what I was saying, that it, in a way, it's very similar to the Centenario. So yeah. But all things considered, yeah, like I was saying, for real, I cannot tell you like, oh yeah, you should absolutely go for this car. Nah, not really. By the way, if you're wondering why mine looks so cool with this dual tone and you cannot paint your own car like this, well, no worries. This has to do with the fact that, you know, I took the opportunity of putting these colors when it was available. Yes. But anyway, so... like I was saying, when you compare it against something like a Class A car, like a mid-low Class A, then you go like, oh, you know what, this kind of makes sense. And when you also consider the rank of the car, you go like, well, yeah, it's alright, you know, it's not insanely overranked or anything. Once again, the main problem is just gonna be the drift. If you get in some track that doesn't require a ton of drift, and you can just rely in its relatively decent top speed for the rank, then you should be doing alright. Of course, there's always gonna be faster cars, but they also come with some downsides and whatnot. So yeah, you know how this game is, especially in MP2, where this car, I do believe, has an opportunity to shine a little bit, but not a ton. All right, I don't want you to go with the idea that, oh yeah, DBT said that this car is amazing, so I should be getting it. Nah. You know that normally I tend to save my judgments of the cars towards the end of the video, but today I had to just go, oh dude, oh you motherfrogger, ah, come on. I'm fine. So I should have finished on third, but that guy pushed me. I'm fine, it's okay. Was that a Chiron Purse? What was that? Yeah, it was, okay. So I would have gotten a second place had it not been for that Chiron. Oh, come on. All right, fine. But yeah, you can see an Authentica versus Vandas. You can kind of figure how that's gonna go on a twisty track. Now, the other thing to consider about MP2 with this car is precisely because the rank is not necessarily super high, it doesn't go over 4,000, then it still has a pretty decent chance of fighting against some other cars of lower ranks, like 3,900, 3,800, maybe some 3,700, and there might be some cars that this car would be able, there might be some opponents that this car might be able to do something against. But yeah, just don't trust it too much. So, by the way, this is at gold. Do keep in mind that if you have the car but you haven't golden it out, then, you know, you're going to be playing at a lower rank and you're going to be still encountering people from, ideally, even lower ranks than what I'm finding over here. So that might also affect your experience. Though, once again, keep in mind that right now, because this is a free try of the car, there's going to be a pretty decent bunch of people playing with it. And once this free try ends, then you're not going to be finding it as much. You're going to be finding all the cars around this rank, and chances are they're still going to be better than this car. So yeah, I know I'm flip-flopping a little bit with whether or not you should be playing with this car. No, I still go with no, but you know, I'm trying for the life of me to look at a bright side for this car, because it just hurts me a little bit how bad this car is. Though then again, you know, I'm not too upset at the end of the day whether a car is good or bad. If it's a Lambo, I want it, so yes, this goes to the collection. But yeah, there you go. That was a little bit of MP2. If you want to see what I got defeated by, basically we can leave it at everything. It's fine. Actually, look at that. 4 Authenticas at the bottom. Nice. But now we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Oh, thank you for the pop-up. No, now we're gonna be playing in MP1. You can see that I haven't played at all, but technically I am in Gold 4. Now, if we have a look at the cars that are available in Gold 4, well, it's this, including the Invencible, which is the Coupe racing version of the Authentica, but still. But no, actually the Authentica does belong in Silver 1. Where is it? There it is. And my own Authentica, I have it at max stars with only 2 epics applied. So yeah, that should give you a bit of an idea in terms, look at the rank, 3778. So that's what I was talking about in terms of the rank. And yeah, I am really curious to see how this thing is gonna perform in MP1, you know, in a sub-league where this thing almost belongs. And I said it so awkwardly because I was trying to figure out how to say it. You know, I'm playing with a card that is from a league, from a sub-league under where I am, so I don't know, that might make a difference. There's 2 Invencibles in this race, so oof. Now, it's kind of funny now that we're talking about the Invencible as well. Like I said, the Invencible and these cars, IRL, are kind of like twins in the sense that both of these cars are one-offs for Lamborghini. They literally only made one of each vehicle. One is the roadster version, this one the Autentica, without a wing, with the little fins. And then there is the Invencible, which is the coupe version, more racetrack oriented, even though it's still street legal, with the wing and all of that stuff. Other than that, the cars are very similar in terms of looks. And yeah, it kind of makes sense in the way that they balance numbers exclusively when it comes to speed over here. That the Autentica, this one, is the faster one because it's the road version. It doesn't have a wing that adds downforce and slows the car down. And then you have the Invencible, which is, again, with the wing, a more agile, more track-oriented version of the car and whatnot. So it is kind of interesting, but still, when you compare these 2 cars in just raw performance in the game, the Authentica, this one is gonna be, you know, not doing very, very good in general compared to the Invencible. Again, it's gonna depend a little bit on the track that you are playing, but for the most part, the Invencible, even if it's lower, it's a vastly superior car, despite the fact that it's 2 classes below this one. Because again, this is S, the Invencible, it's B. And okay, I got defeated by an Apollo IE, but I did beat a Carrera, an Essenza, 2 Invencibles, a DSC-10s, and a Ferrari FXXK. Alright. But this is precisely why I wanted to show you this car in MP1. Because again, just having a look at the league where this belongs in Silver 1, you can see that it's gonna be Class B, relatively high, mid-Class A, mid-Class A, low-Class S, low-Class S, mid-high B, and whatnot. Now, once again, I do believe that in general, you know, if you did 100 races with the Authentica and 100 races with the Apex would end up winning most of the races or more races than the Authentica. But still, my point remains that in general, you can kind of imagine this car being more like a weird Class B car that just doesn't drift very well, but yeah. Anyway, we're in Osaka, and this is absolutely gonna go terrible, because if you remember, as it says that this car at Twisted Tracks is probably not gonna be doing very good, though then again, this version of Osaka is not amongst the twistiest, so maybe there's a chance for this thing if it would... Oh god! Well, at least it didn't climb the wall. Gee. Alright, let me just shockwave over here. And by the way, the MP1, it's Ghost. So that is kind of neat, because at least I won't be colliding with other cars and they won't be making me lose my speed so very much. Kind of dope. I started that drift a bit too early, but we're okay. I gained my speed back and... Alright, here we go. Whoop! I think I'm gonna hug the wall here. Perfect nitro to not lose much speed around here. Another one. A bit of drift for this jump, and here we go. Oh, please, let the miracle happen. Let me win a race in Osaka with this car. That would be beautiful. I hear a car right behind me. I think that is the Carrera. Class B. It's slower. Much better nitro, though. And that is going to be a... Oh, beautiful. All right. I got a W in MP1 and a W in MP2, so that makes me happy. Yeah, look at that. The Carrera GT, an Invencible, Carrera GT Apollo N, and a Carrera GT. See what I was saying? This is where this car can kind of perform. Kind of. Ooh, we're in Rome. Okay, that's going to be also challenging for this car, but let's see how we do over here. Again, a lot of Carreras, because I believe the Carrera is the pre-pri in this, in the current league that I am in Gold 4, so that's probably... Oh, it's this version of the track. Please let me not hit a bunch of traffic cars. If you watch the video... What car was I driving that time? I don't remember. But you may be aware of that one time that in this particular version of the track, I ended up hitting 3 of those parked vehicles, and it was just absolutely absurd. I'm fine. I don't have nightmares about it. You have nightmares about it. But okay, so yeah, I lost a ton of speed around that corner. Maybe that was not the best route to go for, but okay. So we need to take the trip over here. At least this car is not unstable. So there's that. Though I suppose if this car was unstable but able to do some floaties, then the conversation would change, because then you would have a car that, yeah, maybe doesn't drift fantastic, but the floaties can help it some and whatnot. I don't know. But yeah, this race is not going very well for me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Listen, especially this version. By the way, I was really happy to see when I published a short precisely with that horrible race with the 3 cars at the start, that a lot of people were complaining about this track. I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one who absolutely despises this version of the track with the reduced lanes, all the traffic cars. Jesus, it's a nightmare-made track. No, game, why you do this to me? Why Osaka again? Oh boy. But yeah, I hope this video helped you a little bit to figure out whether or not you want to go for this car. Like I said, for collection, I think it's fine. And if you're a purchaser of the Legend Pass normally, then you're gonna get the car anyway. So that is fine, but whether or not you want to spend some tokens into stirring it up, again, I would not advise you to do it. But keeping in mind that is the cheaper version of the packs, the 350 tokens, that is gonna guarantee 3 blueprints for it. You know, that is cheap. That is amongst the cheapest packs that you can get in the game. The best value for the buck in terms of a single card, not multi-packs. Then in that sense, you can... Oh god, I did that jump terribly. You can kind of see it like, yeah, you know, it might not be the best car, but it's not be super expensive for me to max out. Though keep in mind that it does need quite a few blueprints in order to max out. I don't remember the exact number, but you can expect it not to be like the old cars that didn't need a ton, so yes. But yeah, up to you. Like I said, I just happened to have this car at high stars because I did go for it in the Grand Prix whenever that happened, and I started up a bunch of it there. And well, I didn't know... Oh god. Okay, totally intended. I didn't know that there was gonna be a star hunt for this car or anything. I never know. But you know, I was okay with the idea of acquiring the car and keeping it at whatever amount of stars that I could. But yeah, absolutely terrible race. Thank you, game, for giving me Osaka. I love it when you do that. And the video was meant to end in that previous race, but I want to do one more, try to focus and hope that I can do something with this car. So I'm going to shut up a little bit and focus with my Autentica. I'm telling you, anytime you have to drift, say goodbye to your speed. Oh, too early for the drift. There goes a Carrera. Drift pains. Maybe that's what I'll title this video, the drift pains. Come on, come on, come on. Fire, 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 fire. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? All I needed was to focus a little bit, and there you have it. That's what I beat. A ton of Carreras, a 600 LT, and a Mercedes-Benz Black Series thingy. So yes, there you have it. But yeah, again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you or advise you to go for this car, but if you want to do it, well, you have now a better idea of where it's going to be competing and the ranks and all of that, the general performance. So yes, again, do try it in MP2 so that you can actually test it yourself and decide whether or not it's something that you're willing to deal with. But anyway, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe and like the video. If you like my content in general, please consider joining the membership for access to exclusive videos and all of that stuff. Check the information by the join button. But that's all. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.